Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now, seeing as it's my birthday today, I'm not going to tell you all how old I am. I'm 21 today. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, I thought I'd treat you all to a little video, guys. I haven't done one of these specific reviews of late. It's going to be another James Herbert book review. Now, this is for James Herbert's fourth novel. It's not, I have to be honest, it's not one of my favourite novels of Jim's. It's more of a kind of like a family sort of like thriller kind of adventure story. So that book is called Fluke. Now, as per usual, guys, before I say anything further about the book and give me thoughts on the story as a whole, I'll just read you the blurb at the back of this paperback. He was a stringy mongrel wandering the streets of the city, driven by a ravenous hunger and hunting a quarry he could not define. But he was something more. Somewhere in the depths of his consciousness was a memory clawing its way to the surface, tormenting him, refusing to let him rest. The memory of what he had once been, a man. So there you go, guys. That's the blurb for James Herbert's fourth novel, Fluke. I think it came out around about 1976, 77, something like that. Yeah. All right, then, guys. So as I said before, it's not one of my favourites books of Jim's, because I like him doing the all-out horror and that. So it's a kind of like it was kind of a surprising departure actually from the intensity of his previous novels like The Rats, The Fog, The Survivor. Yeah, as I say, it's a kind of it's a gentle kind of like animal story, and anybody who likes stories about dogs and any other kinds of animals, and you haven't read it, I think you'll enjoy it. And that, yeah, it's got shades of reincarnation in it as well. Now, it's been a couple of years since I last read this book, guys, so I'm not really 100% familiar with every single thing that happens in the book. As I say, it's not one of my favourite books of Jim's, but I'll just give you an outline anyway of the story. It's quite a slim book as well, as you can see. Yeah, it's not very long. Yeah. All right then, guys. So just going to give a couple of statements about the story. Yeah. So Fluke's it's a story about a dog with a difference, basically. Now, he has unclear, baffling memories of the time before he was a dog. Of when he was a man, if you like. It's a kind of a canine reincarnation story, if you like. Yeah. So it's basically, it follows the adventures of this mongrel, all the different things that happen to him, all the characters he meets and that, and it's like there's this underlying layer of mysteriousness as well in regard to that. That's where the reincarnation ties in, but I don't want to give too much away of the story, because if in case you haven't read it, yeah. But so it follows him like the dog and that, different things that happen to him and that, and different people he encounters and that, yeah. So it follows right from his birth. The story opens like when when he's born, and his first unsettled home, and then it's an animal rescue centre actually, what we see at the opening of the book, and it goes on to cover the dogs wandering around the streets. There's attempts to find a human family, to sort of like give him a home. Yeah. So that's basically the plot, really. Yeah. Now we see everything from the dog's viewpoints. And Jim does a great job in getting to the mind of this dog. This canine protagonist, if you like, and seeing everything from the dog's perspective. We've done a real good job. We really did. Yeah. I'd say he meets all kinds of people in the book. The dog, both good and bad people, and different scrapes he gets into and that, you wonder how he's going to get out of them and that, yeah. And we are introduced later on in the book to some of Fluke's animal friends, most notably Rumbo, the streetwise dog that's basically his real tough as cookie, if you like. There's also a rather touchy cat called Victoria, and a sly fox, and a friendly badger, who proves to be quite a very significant character in this tale. Yeah. And in terms of helping Fluke, piece together the mysterious fragments of his previous life. Yeah. So so I say like, guys, it's all like all centers around the dog, and the mystery about the reincarnation ties in with the general story. Yeah. Okay, so as I say, like, it's been a couple of years since I last read this and that. I think this is the book that of all Jim's books, I think this is the ones that I've read least. I think I've only read it about twice, you know, so it's not really one of my favourites. But having said that, if you're more towards like if you're more towards Jim's like less horror books, you know, sort of like the thrills and that, you might derive some enjoyments from this story and that, you know. So but yeah, I love that cover, guys, I really do. Yeah, so yeah, nice thin book, yeah. And yeah, 1977 it was published, yeah. Okay then, guys, on to a rating now for James Herbert's Fluke. It's a bit tricky one this, so as I say, I do prefer him when he's writing his out-and-out horror. But I think I'm going to give it, I don't know, pretty average novel. I think I'd give it maybe what? Yeah, I'd give it like maybe 7 out of 10. Yeah, so as I say, guys, it's not, you know, it's not one of my favourite Jim Herbert books, but it's a good story and that's a good read if you like that sort of thing. If you like to follow a particular animal, you know, if you like books like Watership Down, things like that, you know, and The Call of the Wild, any kinds of animal books like that, I think you will enjoy it if you haven't read it. But don't go into this expecting Jim's usual trademark of bloody gore and horror, because you won't get it, guys. You won't get it. You know, I did a couple of years ago. I used to read a lot about James Herbert, obviously being a big fan. And there was a story that was sort of like perpetuated at that particular time, that the publishers, when they first saw the manuscript, what Jim wrote, they wanted them to make the dog rabid, you know, with him being a horror writer, with carving a reputation for himself as a horror writer. They wanted to make the dog rabid, but I don't think Jim wasn't having any of that. You know, I think he wanted to go his own way, this particular story and that, you know. And, well, full marks to him, even though I'm not a huge fan of this book, full marks to him for doing something different and that. He did actually go on to do that as his career went on. He tried different kinds of books and that, you know. He sort of toned down the horror that made him a big name, if you like, and he went a little bit sort of like more thriller, supernatural, particularly the David Ash trilogy and the Haunting, you know, the Haunting series and that. But I'm going to be reviewing them, so I want to say more. I want to say more about them for the time being. But yeah, as I say, if you like books with like animal adventure stories and that, you know, and a bit of a layer of mystery attached to them, I think you will enjoy Fluke. Yeah. All right then, guys, that concludes my review of James Herbert's 1977 animal novel, Fluke. Have you read Fluke, by the way? What did you think of it? To share my opinion, it's a pretty average novel, although, as I say, Jim did a good job getting inside the mentality of a dog and looking at everything from the dog's perspective. Leave a comments down below. I'll be very interested to hear what your thoughts of Fluke. Yeah. All right then, guys, that wraps up my review of James Herbert's 1977 canine thriller novel, Fluke. I'll be back again very, very soon with a birthday haul. I've got quite a few good horror titles there I'd like to show you guys. So I'll be filming that over the weekend, and I'll get that out for you like as soon as I can, maybe Sunday night. Yeah. All right then, guys, have a nice weekend. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to talking to you all again very, very soon. Bye. If you enjoyed watching this video, guys, you might like to check out my website at www.alantoner.com. You'll be able to find out a little bit more about my work as a writer and all the books I have published to date. Thanks for watching.